Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis have in common is their speed. It is one of the most important things in boxing, and it can be drastically improved if you follow these tips. Tip number 1 is shadow boxing with weights. As we know, shadow boxing is one of the most important ways of training in boxing or MMA, but it can increase your punching speed and your hands get lighter when you take the weights off. It is recommended to have weights in between 1 to 4 pounds. Make sure not to go too heavy. It can cause injuries. Tip number 2 is train with 16-ounce gloves more often, as it does the same thing as shadow boxing with weights since it is bigger and weighs more. Tip number 3 is pad work. The more you are pushed, the faster, stronger, and better you get in boxing. You should be doing pad work since it increases your speed and reaction time. Your brain starts to perform better and you get faster, bro. The tip number 4 is plyometrics. As we know, plyometrics play a very essential part for any sports. It improves mobility and speed and can get your muscles stronger and faster at the same time, instead of it being stiff and big. Let's talk about the tip number 5, which is footwork drills. Every great boxers of all time, like Manny Pacquiao, have one thing in common, which is their footwork, which makes them agile and fast. The feet is where the punching power comes from, and if you have good footwork, you can move fast around your opponent and rock him without getting beat up. It includes ladder drills, cone drills, and shadow boxing. Let's talk about tip number 6, which is warm up and keeping your palm slightly open before punching. Warm up is essential. It makes a lot of difference on how you are going to perform and prevents injuries, so you should be doing them, bro. You don't want to be breaking your hand all the time. The reason why you should keep your palm open and close them while striking, you will notice a massive difference in your punching speed. The tip number 7 is to stay consistent. Consistency beats everything because he trained harder and maintained it for a very long time. Most people quit boxing after getting humbbelled a couple of times. Let's talk about the last tip, which is tip number 8, which is sparring and analyzing yourself and the person you spared. You should be sparring more and learning from your mistakes. Ask advice from any pro or amateur boxers who are good if you meet them around your gym.